It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we united up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I am Derrick Joe. With me, as always, is Diesel, a.k.a. Dale. And we have the Orange Arrow, a.k.a. Can Titty Guy, Derek Davis. How you guys doing?
Can Titty Guy.
I'm no longer Orange Arrow. I'm just Can Titty Guy from now on, apparently.
Pretty much, man.
I think it's fitting.
You're a legend now, so... We are going to be talking about running backs in the draft class coming up.
And apparently my shitty poll for the second round had somebody quote tweet and say, this is terrible options.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sorry that I'm trying to give what realistic potential.
I was going to say,
if everyone goes where they should go, which we know that's not how the draft works, someone will slide. But I'm putting guys that, let's just say ranking-wise where I have them at positions of need once we took a corner. I put a tight end. I have Kraft slightly above Laporta.
Yeah.
I could have put Laporta into that. It wouldn't have bothered me. I could put out another one with Laporta in. And then
when pick 60 rolls around and the Bengals are on the clock and these just happen to be the options, is that same person going to tweet out, is there some shitty options?
Yeah, he's going to be happy when we get one of these players because they're still really good players. Mm-hmm. Zach Charbonnet was the running back, as we're going to talk about running backs. So I have him ranked as my third running back. Do you expect Jahmyr Gibbs to get to 60? Because I don't.
Hell no.
We've talked about taking him at fucking 28.
Yeah.
And all of those guys, right, if I remember correctly, are in Brugler's top in the beast, in his top 80, right?
I would have to go and look at it again. I have it at work.
I can't remember.
When I do my reading, when I have some extra reading time, when everything's going well.
Yeah.
Where I got the beast and the highlighter and just live my best life.
This is my first year having the athletic subscription. I've perused the beast and I'm in love with it.
It's insane.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane.
Crazy what he does.
But Keanu Benton I had on that list as another, and everybody's like, oh, like what? He's terrible. How's he like? Do you think Adebawore is going to be there? Because I don't. Kancey's not going to be there at 60 for people that are still getting that in some mock drafts. Smith's not going to be there.
I've seen Kancey start to fall, but I don't think that he falls that. I think everybody's starting to worry about the arm length with Kancey.
I think there are some simulators out there where I'm just like, that would never fucking happen. Never.
Yeah.
Like, and then I put Tyler Steen. I want to finish my list I put Tyler Steen at tackle. I have Blake Freeland ahead of him and Matthew Bergeron ahead of him. I don't see them as right tackle options for the Bengals and for Frank Pollock. I just don't. So that's why I put Steen there. I don't think that list is a terrible list, but you guys tell me. I'm just curious because it's getting a lot of fucking hate on it.
No, I don't think it's a terrible list at all. I mean, those are all reasonable options. Like, if it's me, it's like, wait, who did you take in the first again?
Well, it's a poll. Forbes. So 45% Emmanuel Forbes.
Oh, okay.
And he edged out Dalton Kincaid, I think, was second, but it was a good margin.
So it was Benton, Charbonnet, Steen, and who else?
Oh, shit. Well, Kraft, but I said I could put Laporta in if that would make a difference to people. But I personally have Kraft. Derek, put the picture up of Kraft.
Oh,
get that. Go back to that picture of Kraft.
Right,
I hadn't even seen the picture.
Let me find it real quick.
I have him above Laporta, but I have him above Laporta because I think he's a solid enough receiver. He's a better blocker than Laporta has been. I know smaller school, and Iowa has a good history of tight. I get all that. But I just think Kraft, he's bigger, better blocker, and he can catch the ball too. I'd rather take that guy than Laporta. But guess what? It's not that big of it. I still love Laporta too. I just have him slightly below Kraft. That's why Kraft was on the poll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Benton out of those options. The only thing I haven't figured out with tight end is just like, where does that real fall off start to happen? Because you have Mayer, you got Kincaid, you got Washington, you got Laporta, you got
Musgrave. Don't forget Derrick's
Musgrave.
man.
Yeah, it's just like, all right. So at what point are you going to be pissed? You know,
Jeez,
that there's
that's
a big
just
fall
sex
down.
on the screen right now.
Are we going to get X-rated right now? That's what I want to know.
Maybe this is not viewable on YouTube after that because Tucker Kraft. So that's Tucker Kraft.
Don't look like he has any back problems there.
Well,
yeah.
Tucker Kraft's not the guy with back issues.
No, that's Kincaid.
That's Kincaid. My bad.
Jesus, Derek, can't even.
Yeah,
it's just like, listen, I've had a rough week. All right.
I know, yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's just like, all right. So, are you okay with the Josh Wiley, Will Mallory's of the world? And I
not
think that's
Will
what
Mallory. No, I got him in a way different tier.
Or Payne Durham, Coons.
Yeah.
You know,
for me, Coons and Wiley are guys in the third round. Would be the end of the third if you missed out. If there's the run you're talking about.
Yeah.
None of those guys are available at the end of the third. You haven't taken one. That next tier to me is Coons and Wiley, and then Schoonmaker would be right behind that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Schoonmaker.
Then you got like Durham and Davis Allen, but they're a little farther down for me.
Yeah, and that's why I look at it. It's just like it's not as simple as a vacuum of like who do you want. It's like where do those tiers start to fall off?
But I fuck with Kuntz and Wiley enough that I would be perfectly fine if that's our first pick at tight end, knowing that we have Irv Smith this year.
Yep,
and even if he gets dinged up at some point, like he has historically, then we're grooming that guy. And Zach Taylor said James Casey is the best tight end coach in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Let him get his hands on Zach Kuntz, a 10 on a relative athletic score, 6'7", 4.5 speed. Let the best tight end coach in the NFL get his hands on a guy with that potential, and tell me he don't have him ready.
Absolutely.
In week 4 or 5.
So
tell me why you couldn't just wait and take a Zach Kuntz in the third round, guys. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Man. The one guy
he got his hands on Drew Sample and turned him into, turned him into.
Stop this Drew Sample. There's going to be no Drew Sample slander.
You already talked about Drew Sample, I'm sure, at 3:30. So
I said a fantastic signing. He's going to catch a game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl, and we're all going to love him. He's going to go down as a legend, and I'm fine with it. I will put him in the Mount Rushmore of tight ends for the Bengals when that happens. I don't care. I just want this team to win. Listen, the only reason I've ever said anything about Drew Sample starts and ends with he was picked in the second round, and I had him rated as a 6th-round guy. And I wasn't the only one. A lot of people had him rated as a 6th-round guy. That's my only problem with Drew Sample. He hasn't produced, and he hasn't been the blocker that he was supposed to be either.
Yeah.
I hope all those things change and he's incredible and he crushes it for us and all of that. I wish the man nothing but the best. I've said he probably has a 12-inch Peter and makes his wife very happy on the daily. But to this point, there's been nothing that shows us
1 year of decent productivity.
But that's it. That's my Drew. Just so we can stop talking about it. Stop.
Yeah. Welcome back, Drew Sample.
Welcome back, Drew Sample.
We're all good.
Biggest fans.
One last prospect we didn't talk about. One last prospect we didn't talk about at tight end before we move on to running back. What are your thoughts on Brenton Strange?
Yeah, Mel Kiper had him 2nd round.
Yeah, I've seen very polarizing opinions on him.
Yeah, I
don't know a lot about him, to be honest.
Penn State, another school that just produces tight ends. Solid, good, high point, pointing the ball, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I heard big catch radius was a big.
I mean, Freiermuth, all those guys, like the Steeler Freiermuth that came out of it. They just churn them out one after the other.
Yeah.
I
Like,
wouldn't
where's
hate
he
it.
gonna
I
go?
wouldn't hate it, but I would not want to take him till the 4th.
I was just gonna ask where you'd be happy with him for.
Like, because I look at almost every round that we have as we're picking around later.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's a
When
good
you
way to
pick
look
at
at
the
it.
end of the round, it's just like when we had the number 1 overall pick and our best amazing draft year. We got T. That was basically like another first rounder,
Another
if you look
first,
at it that way.
Yeah.
Being top of the second. Logan Wilson was like having a second rounder. And they nailed it. That's the thing. A lot of teams still screw that up. Hell, the Raiders had 3 picks and fucked them all up a few years ago.
Yep.
3 first rounders. The Giants, same thing.
Just wait. Hey, I'm going on a cruise in June. So when I come back,
He's talking about the cruise
when I come back,
He's gonna be a bronze god.
Yes, 100%.
He said it's true. You
I'm gonna
sued
start working
Elvis
out.
Paste
And
and
I'll
glue for
I'll
like
come on the
this.
show. I'll be topless. I'll walk on. I'll be like, "What up, Crip?"
Listen, Greg took his shirt off for Drew Sample earlier.
He did?
We come on the show,
Sample,
we're like,
though.
we're here because Drew signed 4 minutes for the show. We had to start with Drew Sample. Obviously, it was already in the chat. It was the Brew Crew was already on it.
Speaking of Drew Sample, though, not Drew Sample, but that draft class, everybody was saying, had we drafted Pratt in the 2nd and Sample in the 3rd?
No one ever said that.
No, there was somebody that I remember. People were saying that they thought Pratt was a better prospect than being drafted.
You're
in the
thinking
3rd
of the
round.
Carmen Osai year?
No, it was that year too. But they were talking. But anyway, being able to re-sign Pratt for the little amount we did, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'll stop.
Hey, this is part of what started it. You said last year on the show, one of our early shows, Derrick just says, "I think my breakout candidate is Drew Sample." That's what started this whole thing. Was that one statement, and then that made me lose my fucking mind. Yeah. What would make you think that was going to happen?
75% completion percentage. That's what. But anyway, off of the Sample subject.
Last thing, Dark Bengal made a good point. Hey, he's no longer a 2nd round pick contract. He's a free agent signing.
Does anybody know what he signed for, by the way?
I don't think they released the numbers.
Probably vet minimum. Has to be vet minimum.
Watch, they gave him like $4 million.
Then we'll start talking about Drew Sample.
You'll see they'll just hulk out.
Be like, I was trying to be nice. What's that?
All
Drew
right.
time.
Running backs in this draft. So we could either do a couple different ways. We could either just start with each of our favorites, talk about why and where they think it'll go, or we could just start from the top and start.
I can toss out the names and ask your opinion, because if anybody wants to go back, I think Greg and I did a running back conversation, but part of that was like running backs in the room. So I don't know how much we dive too deep into the actual running backs on the roster, but I'll toss out the names. But I need to turn my light on and rip a heater. But I'll toss out the first name and let you guys go. Right. So it is number 1 running back. I have him number 7 overall on my big board. 7th best prospect. Running back, I understand positional value. But Bijan Robinson from Texas, to me, gives you the entire total package you'd want. How high do you guys think he goes? Where do you think he could land? And would you take him if he was there at 28?
I'll let you start, Derek.
Okay, I'll start with the last question first. Absolutely, I would take him if he's there with the 28th pick, just because of the product that he is. But honestly, I could see him. It's so perplexing because he could go. I could see him going top 10 because of the talent that he is. Do I think he goes top 10? No, but I could very well see that. So I'm going to say 15 or top 15, just to kind of cover my bases. I wish I had the draft. Who is in that top 15? I was going to look up to see which team I think would possibly.
Well, I'll just say I have him as early as 10 to Philly. Is like his starting.
Maybe a team like Detroit. They could go
with their second pick at 18.
Yeah.
They have 2 picks. They have a pick at 18.
Is it 18 or 19, somewhere
18.
around there?
They have pick
18?
18. 6 and 18.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities there. Dallas, I definitely know that he won't get past Dallas at 26. So when
Philly picks at 10, not 15.
Philly's 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see him going anywhere in that range. So do I
No,
see him lasting?
I thought I said Philly's 10.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I was saying top.
That's
I
his
see
high
him
end
going
for me,
top
Joe.
15.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be the absolute earliest I could see him going. I'm looking through the rest of the list. I mean, there's a lot of possible landing spots. I mean, you can make an argument for
the talent
Commanders,
is just
Patriots.
I could see him going to the Cardinals if the Cardinals trade out of that 3rd spot.
I could see that as well. Yeah, I think that would be a great landing spot for
Mm-hmm.
him. I'm definitely not passing on him 28. If we pass him at 28, he's definitely going to 30.
But, I mean, even the 2 picks before us, the Cowboys at 26 and the Bills at 27.
Bills is the
Even
one.
the Cowboys, though, Tony Pollard is on a franchise tag, and they let Zeke go. So you can't tell me. And we know Jerry likes his running backs.
I could at Atlanta Falcons at 8. I could see that potentially.
Yeah.
No, man, that rookie they had last year, they got in like the 4th or 5th round was really good. Yeah,
they like
balling against the Bengals too.
But they run the ball so much, it wouldn't surprise me if they want to add
and
another guy to the room.
I forget who it was. I think it's draft dudes that say, "Don't let good players prevent you from drafting great ones."
Yeah, but they ain't gonna take him at number 8 overall. That's such a premium pick to me.
You're right.
True. Yeah, they'd have to trade back. But yeah, Buffalo's the one I've kind of penciled in. I'm like, if he starts to fall past 15, Buffalo's the one. I don't know how they'd pass him up.
I still think Philly, if they don't take him at 10, they find a way to trade up from 30 and get him somewhere in the mid to early 20s.
Titans trading Derrick Henry and just replacing him with. Good Lord, could you imagine? They just trade away the guy that's kept them afloat for the past 5-6 years.
They need a left tackle.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
They have more. Yeah,
Henry's under contract for. Do you guys know?
He signed the same year Mixon did, or the year before Mixon did.
So he's going.
There's been extensions though for both guys.
Yeah.
No, I mean he signed his extension the year before Mixon did. Because I remember looking at his contract and thinking, he could very well be.
Either way, so Bijan, back to Bijan. Derrick, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to knock him for much. I mean, he's got size, he's got speed, he's got power. I mean, he's I've heard people say he's the best prospect since Saquon Barkley. As far as running backs,
the guy that deep fried draft guy from Bama that was on Jeff's show yesterday said some people are saying the best running back prospect since Adrian Peterson. Because I threw in, I said Barkley. He's like, yeah, definitely Barkley. But some people are saying since
Zeke was a good prospect coming out.
I agree.
He was a perfect fit though. When he landed in Dallas, that O-line was fucking stout. It was the perfect storm. Nothing.
I think Saquon's more. Peterson's to me is just such a different all-around freak.
Yeah.
Derrick Bijan, would you take him? We kind of already.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he'll make it, but yeah. Now what? Who you got 100%. Next?
I got Bijan, man, and I know Houday Joe over here. So we'll start with you, Derek, because we'll save Houday Joe.
You said Bijan, but you meant Gibbs?
Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs.
We knew who was next on the list.
Yeah, we knew who you were talking about.
They on some bad lettuce today.
Bought me a new shovel.
Oh, man.
Put that weed in the dirt. What?
No, Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah, Jameer Gibbs. Fast, elusive, home run hitter. He's tantalizing. His RAS wasn't as good as I thought it would be. It was 7.95. Didn't even put him in the green. Kept him in the yellow. But an 8 put you in the green. So, but still, 5'9", 200. He's not going to give a shit as pass blocking, but I'm with Taylor. I was in the comments earlier. Do you really how many guys really need to do all that?
Yeah, that's the whole thing we say. We need an offensive line, which we need. The right tackle right now. We need a tight end, but can he block? We need a running back, but are we just going to have 3 receivers wide running routes all the time and everybody else back to block, or are we going to finally at some point say, okay, Joe, let's let you do what you want to do and go 5 wide. Let your running back, let your tight end do
he got Clyde Edwards-Helaire drafted in the first round.
Exactly. So do I see us taking him if he's there? Yes. But
Gibbs?
do I see him making it to us? No, I don't.
Gibbs?
You don't think he's even going to make it to 28?
After watching some tape, and I know this is hard to believe, but I think
he fell in love
I
so
did.
much you don't even think he'll be there.
Because look at the teams that are there. You've got we've all said that we think 10 to 15 range for Bijan, correct?
Yeah, I think Oregon.
Unless
he falls, like we said,
yeah.
And then if he gets,
and then you've got the Commanders who need a running back at 16. You got the Lions who kind of need a running back at 18. Buccaneers. You've got the Dolphins.
Everything.
Yeah, you've got the Chargers who are trying to get rid of
Eckler.
Yeah, Eckler.
But they're not going to, so I kind of put them out.
Okay. You got the Ravens there. You got there's just too many teams that I could see him falling to. And then at 27, the Buffalo Bills, I don't see him making it to both of those. If you was to set the over under at 1.5 running backs drafted in the first round, I would take the over.
I'd be surprised if he isn't there.
I'm surprised you don't have a fucking conductor hat on right now, to be honest.
Dude, if we all right,
you should have bought one.
If we draft Jameer Gibbs, I will buy a fucking conductor hat. I will show up to games. I will be choo-chooing all over fucking lot 1.
Dale, your buddy has one, right? A Bengals conductor hat?
They make Bengals conductor hats?
I don't
Was it not Bengals?
I might have.
This is an old-ass hat, man.
Oh, is that what it is?
DJ,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was like a train...
Hell, it might be. Maybe. They have, to be fair, his dad did have a big train collection.
Yeah, I mean, I've said a lot about Gibbs. I think he fits perfectly for this offense as far as just coming out of the backfield. He's a game breaker. And, I mean, there's no one quite like him. He's really unique. I don't think he's a fit for all teams, but he's an amazing fit for our team.
Yeah.
And,
all right. Before you get too horny, no, I can tell this will go for 20. Look at him. So I'm gonna do my favorite game that I started this week on the 3:30 shows. Who'd you rather? So we're gonna play a little.
All right.
There you go. Okay.
I like it. Let's go.
And I'll give this to both of you. So we're talking Gibbs at 28, right?
Yep.
Let's say Darnell Wright falls somehow.
Right.
I can't pass right. I can't.
Okay, so more likely DeJuan Jones there or Gibbs.
I'll let you go first this time, Derek.
Mm.
Well, you didn't answer the right one. I'm assuming you're taking
I did.
right.
I said
He
I
did.
said
He
right.
said right.
Okay.
He said right away.
Yeah. I'm right away.
Right away.
I'll answer. So DeJuan versus Gibbs. I'm taking Gibbs.
Okay.
I like DeJuan a lot. I think he has, potential to be Orlando Brown just on the right. I mean, that'd be fucking amazing. I just don't know. I think a lot of people have kind of nitpicked him a little bit, and he didn't do everything as far as working out. So now people are putting all sorts of crazy question marks.
Now we're on
him.
DeJuan Jones chat. You want DeJuan Jones or Jahmyr Gibbs?
So for me, I'm taking Gibbs between those two.
Okay, I'm going Jones just because of the fact that you could potentially have your right tackle for the next 10 years.
Your entire line solidified for a few years.
It's close for me. It's close for me. I would not be mad about it one bit. If we get DeJuan Jones at 28, I am not complaining. I'm very happy.
Oh, I got plenty more.
Let's go.
Who'd you rather? Michael Mayer or Jahmyr Gibbs?
Gibbs.
That one. Easy, Gibbs. Easy.
Wow, tight end haters.
Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as far as when you're looking at pass catching ability, because that's what you're looking at with those two guys. I like Gibbs better out of the backfield than I do. You know, you've got Irv Smith already, and I just think you're upgrading so much more as a pass catcher with Gibbs.
Need more context, Taylor, which we got to have Taylor on soon, man. We tried to have him on like a year ago, and it didn't work out for him, but
yeah.
You've been hopping in the chat, and I love everything he does too. So we gotta have him on soon.
I'm not convinced that we are going to utilize tight end any different than we have in the past, and that's my only problem with taking Mayer over Gibbs. Is like, okay, is he just gonna fill the role of getting 60 targets?
Just tell the truth. We re-signed Drew Sample. You guys are not worried about tight end.
Oh, we're set it.
That's what it sounds
Exactly.
like
Got
to me.
Drew Sample,
That's all you had to
target
say.
monster.
That's all you had to say. So, do I need to even say Kincaid? There's no difference between Kincaid and Mayer then, or not?
Now, see,
Mayer,
I
not
actually
Gibbs?
I'm more of a Kincaid fan than I am a Mayer fan. But
Playmaker. You want the playmaker.
I want the playmaker. I don't care about blocking anymore. We've got a good enough line to where I think just give me guys that can go out there and catch the damn ball.
I'm cool with that argument. They're pretty fit. They're pretty close. They're 1A, 1B to me.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing with Kincaid with me, like the concerns are starting to subside a little bit. It's just the age also combined with, some injury concerns. That's the only thing off a little bit. If he was 100% healthy and 22 years old, I'd be like, all right, you can convince me to take him over Gibbs, but.
Who'd you rather, Kalijah Cansey or Jahmyr Gibbs?
Gibbs.
Cansey.
I heard.
I can't believe I'm the one that's saying 31 over Gibbs.
I'll have to look it up. 31-inch arms. That worries the crap out of me. I didn't know they were that small.
Yeah, they are small. But he's a
little T-Rex,
so elite at everything else when it comes to athletic wise.
I understand that, but when you look at, he played at Pitt. Everybody's giving him this, saying he's the next.
Well, that's stupid.
Exactly, and the thing is,
how many guys come after
small.
Geno Atkins at Georgia, and Georgia's a factory. And
that's what I'm saying. I think the small guys like that, like Aaron Donald, like Geno Atkins, I think they're one-offs. It worries me picking somebody in the first round that has that limited, that limit to them to where, with the short arms and stuff, I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Listen.
I hope I'm wrong.
Listen. This is good. This is good. It shouldn't be groupthink.
Yeah.
Come to decisions
I
on
respect
things.
that.
I love that because it is a concern, and that's what I mean. Like, same thing I could say, like with Kincaid, his back would be more of a concern. I think I would lean almost Gibbs in that scenario,
Mm-hmm.
if I was answering that. But I love it, man. That's good. Like, I think that's awesome. So I'll give you another one, but I think I already know Derek's answer.
Real quick, let me comment on Cansey. My argument for Cansey over Gibbs is I feel really confident that Cansey will make an immediate impact, even as a rotational player, because we need that pass rush up inside, and we know he can do that. Short arms, long arms, like, I don't care. Like, he pops off the page, and there's not a lot of players to my amateur eye that really pop off the page. Like, this dude's special. Like, I don't know if he's going to be Aaron Donald, but I know he's going to be a player that can get to the quarterback, and we need that.
Absolutely. And the thing that, like I said, that worries me is when you're an O lineman, your instinct is to be the first one to get your hands on the defender. And with all of these O-linemen being bigger and these just mammoths, if you've got Cansey and a guy gets his hands on him before he can do a spin move, his power move, whatever he does best, and he just can't break that block or break that,
What's one position the NFL is always looking for, though? Offensive line.
Oh, absolutely.
How many of those guys are going to be able to stop Cansey any different than you know what I'm saying?
You're right. No.
And
I hope he does well, and if we draft him,
I don't think he gets to 28. I have him rated as my 15th overall player, so yeah, I think it's a pipe dream for him to get there.
If we draft Cansey, I will probably be one of the first to buy a Cansey jersey, just because I loved his tape, but it worries me. I want the next Chris Jones that wrecked us last year. I want that guy that can destroy a team from the inside.
Yep.
So do you think that could be Brian Bracey? I
like him.
Get this name
I do.
correct.
I don't know.
Brian Brzee.
Brzee?
I think
it is. They said whatever you think it is twice, it's wrong. So every day I say it differently, and I think I'm getting farther away.
Yeah. And that's not even one of the worst ones. Is it?
I know, but it's the whole.
You say that one so well. Adatame, Adabawari.
Oh, I just say AA. I don't even try with that one.
Adabawari. A lot of practice with that one.
And
this one,
the
I
Uzama
need
guy.
the official, and I need to just drill it in my head.
Yeah. What's the Uzama guy's name?
CJ Uzama?
No, the draft prospect. Is it Uzama or is it
Felix?
Uzama? Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Say his name.
The K-State guy.
Adabike? Is that right?
I don't know. Like I said Felix and a DK.
And a DK.
Uzama.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I don't know.
No fucking clue. But if you say it confident enough,
yeah,
people will think it's right.
Say it with your chest.
As far as BP from Clemson,
yeah.
The only thing that worries me about him, I would take Gibbs, and it's mainly just I'm a little worried about the injury that he had a couple, was it 2 seasons ago? And then he came back. He did limited games. He wasn't super productive. That's my only thing with him. It's just like how healthy is he? Going to be the same? I mean, but he's still pretty young. You could like it's one of those guys that I wouldn't be mad about, but it's just there's a couple of those red flags. Long time since he's put together a full season of productivity.
It is.
Yeah. When you're talking about players, you name 2 players out of this list, and you're going further away for me that I would take over Gibbs.
Okay, well, I'm gonna name 2 more, so stop being a dick about it.
Damn, I didn't know you were on the Gibbs train. We haven't had a chance to talk much.
Deontay Banks at corner.
Oh man, I didn't think about corner.
Yeah, you think I'm just fucking over here just fucking...
I thought you were going like in draft order. I don't know. Goodberry had me thinking a lot about cornerback when he was talking about CB4 getting 1,200 snaps the past 2 years.
Yep, I saw that too. Yeah, we use CB4 a lot while you're thinking. I'd kind of put Banks out of my mind because there was like a misreport on his age. And I thought he was like 23, about to be 24, but no, he's 22, about to be 23. That's a big difference to me.
9.99 RAS score.
There's not much to knock him on. I mean, he's really good, and
you'd love to see more turnovers. That's the biggest.
Exactly.
knock.
He's not a ball hawk, but that's fine. I mean, CTB, like he hasn't been racking up interceptions, but like he's still really good and solid. Like I don't care if they're not getting a ton of interceptions as long as it's a low QBR when they're targeted. And that's what I think Banks has had. So, oh man,
to me,
that
it's
is
not
really
even a
tough
question on this one. It's
I
would. But I don't
Banks.
think Banks is
right.
going to be there. I cannot get past mocking him with the top 3 gone. I mock him to Baltimore or Minnesota every single time I do a first round draft. I can't get him past there.
Yeah.
So then the other one is Forbes. That's why I kind of rushed that one along, because this is the guy that everybody's in love with, and I love a lot of things about this guy too. Is he going to sit on the bench for a year? I know Uzier's coming off injury, but what did we sign Sidney Brown for? Sidney Brown. See, I do that. I worry about that every time because it's Derrick's boyfriend, the safety prospect. But Sidney Jones, we signed him. I know his contract is 1 year, like vet minimum.
But you lost Apple, and you lost not Thomas
Flowers as
Flowers.
of now.
Yeah. So you've got 2. You replaced one of them, so you still potentially have and both those guys played a lot. So
I could live with Alan George, but I'm maybe the biggest Alan George fan in this fan base. Yeah. It's just I've seen the flashes, and I don't care that he's undrafted. Like, he has talent. Like, I had never heard of him till last preseason, and that preseason, there's something to this guy. There is something to this guy. And then, he's getting on the active roster. He didn't get too many opportunities because CTB was crushing it. But he's an undrafted guy, and he was right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as Forbes, I mean, Fried Baloney in the chat said too fucking small. He's a skinnier Jason Verrett. That's how I was about him. I was pretty off of him for a while. Then I started to hear reports.
Verrett was injured in college. Verrett, if it wasn't for his injuries, which he continued to have in the NFL, Verrett was a beast as a corner. Like,
yeah, and
I don't. Is Forbes have any injury concerns? I know he's light, but is there any injury concerns? Like, we can't just put that on a guy because they're skinny.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, look at
and there's been reports that he's putting on weight, and that's what has me encouraged. Is like, all right, he knows that's what he's going to get knocked for, so he's already put on like 7 pounds, from the combine to his pro day, and he's working on even getting up to like 180, I think I heard. So like that starts to alleviate my biggest concern. And now it more becomes a question of like, all right, he's putting on the pounds. He's still a young kid. He can be still growing into his body. All right, I can get on board with Forbes. Now it's more of like, all right, if I don't take Forbes here, how do I feel about corner in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round?
I like the
and then Gibbs versus the other options in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. It's really tough. I do think they're off steeper after Gibbs than there is after Gibbs, and that's why I would take just because I think there's a steeper fall. Not that there's plenty of running backs that we'll talk about.
Derek, did he cut out on your end too?
Yeah, a little bit.
So he said that's why I would take Forbes. That's what I heard.
No! Choo-choo, motherfucker. All right, Derek, what do you think?
No, I'm who's our next one? I'm still on the I'm Gibbs train with that one.
Gibbs over Forbes. Over Forbes. I just it's interesting. No, that's it. Brian Branch, do you really think we're gonna take another safety? Everybody's ruling this out. We've been one of the only shows another to talk safety, about it. We talk about 330 quite a bit.
You know who I want.
Because he falls in a lot of these mock drafts, and he's BPA in these mock drafts.
I'd be pissed.
Who, Brian Branch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bengals are looking for that. Like, Dax, at least.
They haven't even brought him in for a meeting or talk. Did they talk to him at the combine? I don't think they did.
But Nick's got signed a 3-year deal. They're planning on him being the guy for more than one season.
Yeah.
When we brought Dax in last year, they only had Bates for 1 year, and they didn't have a good feeling about re-signing him.
Yep.
That's the difference to me. That's why I don't think, even if, hey, here's the best player like Dax Hill was, and let's say it's Branch, I don't think they go that route.
I totally respect the opinion, Ben.
Hey, Ben, I'm with you. I'd take a shit ton of them over Gibbs. These two are sucking the Gibbs train too far down their throat.
That one I would
take Washington over Gibbs, which I totally respect.
I would disagree with that, Ben. You had me until that one because he just don't get enough separation, not enough production.
Hey, and
I like him.
I'm a Crowley or I'm a Tyson fan too, so. There's a lot of running backs. I'm just saying as far as the talent goes.
Uncle Mike is back at safety. Mm-hmm. Tyson Anderson at safety. Dax, Nick Scott, and Brandon Wilson is still on this roster.
Yep.
Like I keep thinking he's not, but he
I
is.
feel like every time you talk about Brandon Wilson, it's those words. Brandon Wilson is still on this roster.
It's the Drew.
He's the Drew Sample of safeties.
This man returned some kicks at least. He's done more.
He did. You're right.
He did more when he was asleep than Drew Sample's done on this Bengals team. No shit. See, I said we were going to do it because I'm trying to hate on no players. Y'all just.
Oh man.
All right. So moving on.
3.
And this is I put out the poll. Forbes went 1 in this poll. 2 is this guy, Zach Charbonnet from UCLA. He started his career at Michigan. Productive his freshman year, didn't get as many carries. I think his sophomore year, and he transferred to UCLA. And he's had 2 really, really good seasons at out west. And I think he's good. I think he's Joe Mixon. Mixon. So you take that for what you will. I think Joe Mixon. We put
he got
him
a second contract.
We put Joe Mixon in our Mount Rushmore running backs earlier. Our top 4. He took the 4 spot.
Yep.
Like we like Joe Mixon.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think for this offense, I don't know that Charbonnet. Why would we draft him?
Yeah, the
And
Bengals did bring him
60.
in for a top 30, right?
They met with him at the combine.
Okay.
So I'll let you guys talk about that. My dog, I got to check on him. He's like, woo, and I'm like,
I hear him. When it comes to Charbonnet, man, like Dale said, he's exactly Gibbs. I don't know. I don't know that you would necessarily hit not in the first round. Or he's exactly like Mixon. Not in the first round for sure.
Yeah,
and you're talking second round. I still think there are better options in the second round because the fall off from Charbonnet to Tyson Anderson to Roschon to like all of these guys. There's too many of them at that point to go with him, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't think there's a ton of difference. Not that there's not a difference. He's definitely in that next tier. But I do worry about. He seems like he's really dancing behind the line a lot. He's fast, but he's not a burner, and he seems to get tripped up at that first contact. Like, he's Joe Mixon. Like, he's good. He's very good.
You're right, James. I did say Tyson Anderson. I didn't mean that.
I know. I wasn't going to call you out on it. I heard it, though. I was like,
oh, man.
But, yeah, I think he's really good. I just don't he's not worth a second rounder. And he's not going to be there at the end of the third. And that's why I've just kind of been like, I don't think we're going to get Charbonnet unless he really falls.
For the record, I meant Tajay Spears.
Yeah.
For the podcast listeners.
Going down the list after Charbonnet, I don't know how to say this guy's last name, so I'm going to butcher it. The guy from A&M, Devin. Is it a chain or a Chinese?
Achane.
Achane.
Yeah.
This isn't a guy I've looked at much.
Hey, you cannot.
A-Chain.
You cannot be moving on before this.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I didn't know how long you were going to be gone.
As I was pissing, I was like, they better not move on. And I probably peed on my hand a little bit, to be fair. I had to rush back in. You know, I got that foreskin, all those problems. So
no, I don't know.
Well, now
I know. Now everyone knows.
Knowledge is power. Do.
But anyways.
Yeah.
So,
what's your thoughts on him?
What was your thoughts first off on Charbonnet?
We got to repeat ourselves?
No, just like in general. Would you draft him at 60?
No. Long story short, no. I wouldn't draft him at 60. Too close to the rest of the running backs that are left.
That's it.
Yep.
Say less.
Pretty much it.
All right. So, Devin A-Chain, baby. Because I got a take on this one.
I don't have much of a take on this. Is one of the early guys that I don't know a ton about.
I'm going to bury you
and
both.
He's never there.
I'm going to bury both of you with this. That's why when you started to move on, I said, Daddy's got to come back in for this one.
Come on, Daddy.
So, Devin A-Chain, my running back, number 4 from Texas A&M. Smaller, very explosive. Very, very explosive runner. undersized, but explosive. Not going to block.
Oh,
But
this
he's
is why I
gonna
always
catch
look over him.
passes.
He's 5'8", 188. That's why I always overlook him. I'm like, that's
because Gibbs is 5'9".
So you're
200.
saying, I was seeing it. The wheels were turning.
Yeah.
H-Chain over Gibbs. He said it.
Gibbs is 5'9", 200.
I'm saying you give me pick 60 A-Chain, I take that over pick 28 Gibbs.
The value, yeah. Oh, jeez.
And then I was trying to look how old A-Chain is.
Hey, listen, Ben. We take super chats.
Oh, I love
That'll
it.
make us explode.
Yeah.
We accept
A-Chain,
all the money.
A-Chain's young, too.
He's 20,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Start looking into. You want me to read off some stuff about him for you?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe I've been sleeping on him. Maybe I've been sleeping.
His RAS score, also like Gibbs, is in the yellow and not the green. To be fair, I will say that. But I think a lot of that is the size for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speed, elusive, initial burst, flexible, agile.
I don't know.
I know it's agile, but good
Depends
vision.
on how drunk you are.
Cons. Inside running. Do you guys see Gibbs as an inside runner either? Straight up.
Not really.
Nope.
He bounces everything out.
Yep.
Pass blocking. Do you see Gibbs as pass blocker? These are my cons.
No, definitely not.
Size. Do you think Gibbs and knock is his size? And durability then because of his size?
I don't know, because
that.
at 5'9", he could probably get up to 210 at the start of the season, and I think that's
5'9", 200 is like prototypical for like some of the best running backs in the league, like Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Alvin Kamara. I mean, he fits that build. I don't know why that would be a knock against him, but
A-Chain's 5'9", 185.
Oh, I thought he was 5'8", 180. I could be wrong. Different.
I mean, that could be his combine measurement, and I have.
But you gotta think though. The Bengals have to have a line that they draw, correct or no?
See, now we're getting some interesting things here as well, which we will discuss those as we get further on. So I agree, but yeah, A-Chain 4-3-2. You want you guys, and I just my whole point was this to you two, right? You fell in love when you watched Gibbs.
Go back and watch A-Chain.
Go, just put on a highlight tape of him.
Yeah,
I will.
See, I feel like
I'm telling you though, just his
production.
Like he has better production than Gibbs.
10 games. His last season, he had 1,100 yards on 196 carries, 5.6 YPC, 8 TDs, 1 fumble, 36 catches, 196.
Gibbs had like 900. He probably had more receiving. I'll give him that.
I was going to say he had a lot more receiving. I'm trying to pull it up.
But you want speed. He does need to improve as pass catch more. You know, definitely that is a knock. I just didn't mention that one because I wanted to drive my point home.
Didn't fit the narrative. I see.
Did not fit my narrative at the time.
Yeah. 11 games. He had 850 yards and 136 carries, 6.3 YPC, 7 touchdowns, no fumbles. Receiver, 42 catches for 378 yards. I mean, yeah. So it's not like crazy difference. Higher. No. Yeah. No. I mean, they're on paper. I mean, I see what you're saying.
Overall yardage.
Comparable.
Yeah.
I will definitely watch some Devin A-Chain.
And guess what? Texas A&M. What conference they play in?
Yep.
The same one. So they're similar opponents. You can literally, I really do see, if we're banging the drum for him at 28, I don't know that A-Chain gets to 60, but I could bang that drum. You want an explosive motherfucker. He is the only one outside of Gibbs. Keaton Mitchell is the next one, honestly. Just on pure explosiveness.
Why do you think A-Chain is so much further down than Gibbs?
Size knocks.
Yeah, he's even smaller.
Mm-hmm.
The weight, it's worried about him breaking in half.
Yeah.
And then the pass catching is slightly below, like we mentioned.
Yeah.
It's those reasons.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, who we got next?
All right.
Is it my boy yet?
What?
I said, is it Spears
The
next?
running
Yes.
back that I'm in love with, and at the position and at the round that I'm all in on, Roschon Johnson.
No, it's
We're not
Tajay
to
Spears.
Roschon. Yeah.
You got Tajay over
I
Roschon?
Yeah,
have
way
Tajay
down
Spears.
before
And this is
Roschon.
where I get into okay, so I rank mine second to third. So on my board, this is where the last two are closer to the third round. I would put Tajay as probably top of the third, and then my next guy, which some people are already talking about in the chat.
Yeah.
But Tajay Spears, thoughts on him, guys? I think he'd be a stud on this team.
Yeah, I like Tajay a lot.
I don't know I could use a second round pick on him.
No.
It would have to be a third, and I don't know if he gets there.
I fell in love with Tajay when I initially started doing these drafts, and I saw that you could get that style running back in the fourth round. At the beginning, I think he was
killed it at the Senior Bowl. Had a good comp,
Yep. And then once he did all that, it just started. He went up, and I think now you're looking at him going. Could you see that many running backs going in the first two rounds though?
He's another Raz guy of 7.51, ran a 4.54 40. So when you talk about electric, it's not quite that, but he's just a beast. Like if you put on the tape against USC in that bowl game, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's hard to say what could happen in the draft. I mean, I could see Bijan being the only one in the first round, and then there's 4 or 5 in the second. I mean, I could see something like that happening, some sort of run. I like Tajay a lot. I mean, he's exactly what we need as far as he's an elite pass catcher. He's kind of he's a compact guy. I mean, he seems to be able to run in between the tackles and bounce outside. It seems like he's a little bit more of a getting to the perimeter guy, but I think he would perfectly. It's more of just a value of what would he cost us. If it's the second, I'm out. Third,
I agree.
I'm in between. Fourth, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with him.
Even A-Chain, who I was banging that drum for, I would like more in the third.
Yeah.
I don't even Charbonnet. I don't know that I want him in the second.
I don't want him in the second.
There's Bijan and Gibbs.
Yep.
And that's why we talked about them as potential picks 28.
After
that, it feels like a solid drop off. And then I would rather have a guy in third, fourth, fifth round. We're going to continue to talk about some of these guys.
Who are some players in the second round that you think around our slot that you could potentially see the Bengals trading out of the second round into the early third? That would be there. That would cause teams to want to come up and trade just to get that.
Someone falls that we're not interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, if Hidden Hooker don't go in the first, he's still there at the end of the second. Could be a guy like that.
Yeah.
It just
it's hard to say.
So receiver wise, maybe a Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee,
like
one of those guys, or Josh Downs from North Carolina. Where it's we don't really need receiver. So I could see that. Quarterback, receiver. What's another position that we don't really? I don't think
interior O-line, center.
Maybe. But I think it would be more quarterback or receiver. Probably wide receiver if I just had to say.
I was going to say maybe if Sidney Brown falls,
linebacker.
Obviously, we don't really have the need for him.
Could be linebacker. That's the other one. Could be the Sewell brother there at 60 and somebody likes him. Yeah. Or Deion Henley or Jack Campbell from Iowa.
Jack Campbell.
Because I think he's going to go solidly in the second, but if he fell to the end of the second, maybe somebody would want to trade up and take him.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of guys who could fall that I have a little higher than falling. Yeah, that's a good list. I fucks with it. So Spears, third round. We talk about him, right?
Yep.
We're all
he's in the conversation in the third.
Definitely.
Fourth, he's slam dunk.
And then I got my man Izzy. I've Abonaconda.
Ooh, yeah, him next.
Abanikanda.
Abanikanda. Whatever.
Abanikanda.
Fuck.
I
Abonaconda.
made sure
Abanikanda.
to put him on the
Tomato.
draft pick.
Yep.
So I got Izzy from Pitt. 20 years old. Production I think he had like 1,300 rushing yards. I think off the top of my head, like hasn't done a lot in the passing game or.
I can tell you real quick. So in just 11 games, he had over 14. He had 1426 yards rushing.
14. I said 13. I was shorting this guy.
Yep.
Jeez.
241 carries, 5.9 YPC, 20 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He did have 3 fumbles. As a receiver, he only caught 12 balls for 146 yards, which
So
isn't
they didn't
nothing.
use him in the receiving game.
But they just didn't use him. But the year before, as a sophomore, he didn't have as much success running the ball, but he did have 24 catches for 197. So he was used a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, that's just not his specialty. He's a runner.
They utilize the split back system there.
Dale, do you know?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
He is the fucking dude.
Yeah. He's 5'10", 215. And how old did you say he was? I don't have
20.
That. He's 20?
20.
Mm-hmm. He's
Like,
the one I was thinking of that's 20 years old, yeah. And I don't think he turns 21 until after the season, correct?
Something like that.
I
That's
don't know.
because if they were close to turning at a certain age, I either put the date or I listed him as that age already. And I have him literally written as 20.
And that is something that really important when I'm looking at these running backs is how old are they? Because there's 2 positions especially that I look at as far as like, I don't want you to be too old, and that's running back and corner. Running back even more so, because these guys fall off a cliff at like 26 or 27. And if you're getting them at 24, it's like, I'm not interested. We might even get your best in the rookie contract. So anyway, back to Izzy. Yeah, I mean, the only concern is the pass catching.
Chris, yeah, it's the day that Drew the Beast sample. Shut up.
Drew the Beast. Man. No one's calling him that ever. I know Crip. I think Crip was the one that used to troll us all the time, like doing like pranks on us. Like, oh, Drew Sample just resigned.
That's why he's so happy, Joe.
And now it actually fucking happened.
I knew I was eating a big pile of shit when I went on at 3:30. When 4 minutes before
4 minutes, right? Yeah.
So
the Bengals did that just to fight the Bengals.
That's what I said. Thank you. You know, at least we know they are tuning into our stuff a little bit.
Yeah,
this is smidge.
Yeah, Izzy. My only concern is like I got to pair him with a pass catching running back. So like we need to either draft another guy late or get Zeke or McKinnon. I think is still out there.
Gregor.
So yeah, I mean I'd be cool with them, but I'm just like we can't be done. We just can't. Where do you have him projected, and where are you comfortable with him?
Hold on, I want to. So 619 Bengals fan. Tell me who. Are we just going to say? Are we going to say Roche? Are we going to say the 2 guys from Texas? Because I'm with you that would be nice.
I heard Goodberry say that like all the stuff about pass blocking, it's like almost none of these guys pass blocked in college. And all of them are going to have to learn it to some extent, and we have no idea how they're going to do, unless they're like super small.
How was Travion's pass blocking?
6 foot, 220, 21 in June. Kendre Miller. I've at least seen him attempt to block when I watch him. Yeah. He tries. Yeah. So Kendre Miller, TCU.
There you go.
He got hurt, didn't play in the bowl game, and honestly, I'm not saying he'd be the difference. But I'm always like, games play out totally different, especially with a guy. Maybe Kendre Miller is that guy.
All right, my dog's barking. I'll be right back.
How am I supposed to talk about running back prospects to you two? We're on Izzy. Did you ever give your thoughts on Izzy?
Yeah, I honestly, when we're getting into these running backs in this range, kind of a Roschon or bust just because of how late you can get him. And the rest of these guys are all they just blend in so well together to where it's like
Izzy is 20.
he is.
He
He's a lot
ran
younger.
like a freak. He's
But
got good size.
when you're talking about
Production is there.
so he's 20, so that means do you want to re-sign him at the end of 4 years?
Come on now. Don't you start bringing that up when you all talked about Gibbs. You talking about re-signing Gibbs after a fifth year?
That's what I'm saying.
No, we won a Super Bowl. We don't give a shit about re-signing running backs around here.
My mind goes like 16 different ways when it comes to running backs.
I know, but you can't say about Izzy, and I have mentioned that about Gibbs. Come on now.
No, but the thing is, with Gibbs, I'm in the same boat, though. With Gibbs, I'm after 4 years.
Same.
See,
Five. Give me the fifth-year option if you dominated.
If he's in the first round, yeah.
See, you like Charbonnet and get. Hey, these guys are all. I have said Gibbs is the most explosive. Yeah. I had to bring up A-Chain because that's the next tier of guy, and it's going to be around later.
Mm-hmm.
But Charbonnet, I don't know, man. I think he's Joe Mixon, and that's good.
Yeah,
like I would take that guy every day in the and Mixon. We got in the second. We traded down.
Mm-hmm.
But we still it didn't even matter about the trade down. That was more for off-field stuff.
And hell, we might come into Sunday and be like, dude, we didn't take a fucking single running back.
I just don't. I don't want a guy at 60. Really, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think I want one
later. Great.
One at 28.
You could talk me into Gibbs, but it would depend who's on the board.
Right.
Bijan is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Other than that, I would like to wait till the third round for guys, like I said, Spears that we just mentioned, and now Izzy. Mm-hmm. Derek's the Izzy cutter. It's fine.
I'm not – okay. All right.
He's 20 years old.
No, I like him. I would rather have Roschon.
I got another guy that's not named Roschon Johnson.
You're really throwing my guy that far under the bus.
How is it? We're only on running back 7.
I don't know.
And I think you have Izzy higher than a lot, don't you, Dale? Because I've seen
probably.
I've seen him go as low as like the 5th.
Yeah, I mean, I am just high on. I'm high on that. The age, the production.
I'm with you.
And the speed.
Yep, I'm totally with you.
I'll teach you everything else.
Yep.
Or I'll just say, do this really well, what you're already doing.
Yeah.
I can utilize that.
Let me try to
if it's third round.
Let me try to predict who you have next. Tucker?
No. Tank Bigsby.
Tank. Yeah.
From Auburn.
Yep.
So Tank Bigsby is next on the list.
Okay, I have Roschon. Okay, you're right. You're right around where I personally have Roschon ahead.
Trust me, it's very close. Roschon is next, just so you don't flip the fuck out.
Yeah.
Roschon is next, but I have Tank Bigsby slightly ahead of him.
Yeah.
Tank had a 8.33. Raz ran a 4.5, not great, but not terrible. 6 foot, around 215, going to be 22 in August. Agile, instinctive, patient, quick feet, straight line speed. Plays a little upright, poor route runner, lacks power, dances at the line a little too much for my liking.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
I mean, my thoughts. I was just about to say my thoughts personally is I don't have him this high up, so when we're looking at guys like this, I would rather go on to the next one. Make mine simple.
Well, listen here. You're already going to have some.
Damn, Santori.
Cincinnati James is a better blocker than Roschon Johnson.
No, a better.
I don't know
back.
where you're getting that from, but better back. Okay, I thought you said blocker.
No, Tank Bigsby is just one of those guys that I think I always overlook because he does everything good or very good. He doesn't do anything great. And that's why I always overlook him. And I kind of
and
just
that's why I've had
he's a
trouble
guy,
with-
he'd be fine, but I don't get excited about him. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
I'd be unhappy with him. I think seems like a really good prospect, but I never looked that much into him because I'm like, he's good. Anyway, that's not exciting.
I can move him up and down like 6, 7
Right.
to 8 spots, and like because of that, you know.
Yeah.
It's when you're wanting certain traits, you don't see enough in him, but it's like, well, he's pretty solid at everything.
Good or very good at a lot of things, but he's not great at any one thing.
The one thing with both of these guys, Tank and Roschon, for me is like,
you got the point in the wrong place. It was 0.38, not 38 point. Like, I know that was period, but you know.
No, I was just going to say, like, you know, Tank is younger, so I'll give you that as well. So,
all right, should we just move on to Roschon?
Yeah, because that's all Derek
Derek's
can think
so
about.
excited.
No,
he's gonna drop off as soon as we're done talking about it.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's young. He's what is he? A fifth-year senior? Is that what he was? Oh, I'm trying to pull him up.
He's gonna be 23. He just turned 22 in January.
I was gonna say he just turned 22, 6 foot, 225. His RAS was 8.09. Ideal size, great straight line speed, willing pass blocker, good feet, lacks lack of separation, pad level, and lateral agility. So he's not the most elusive guy.
Right.
Runs a little upright at times.
He reminds me so much of Mixon. And like you were saying earlier with I can't remember. Charbonnet. That's why I was against Charbonnet, because I felt like I could find Charbonnet. What is it? The Wish Charbonnet. Well, oh man, I'm trying to think.
What the redneck fuck are you talking about now?
The running joke. We have Charbonnet at home, and then they show Charbonnet at home.
Oh,
it's Roschon Johnson. But no, he doesn't have that many snaps on his carry or on his body either, and that's my whole thing. That's the reason why they like Mixon so much, was he had a low snap percentage when he was drafted, and I just think that when it comes to running backs, you want somebody who hasn't taken that wear and tear. That's the one thing I hated about Zeke coming into the draft, was Ohio State freaking ran the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah.
And
it's totally fair.
I knew 4 or 5 years later he was going to be in rough shape.
Yeah, I mean, Roschon, with the lack of tread on the tires, I think that can be a good thing. It could be a bad thing, because his production has also been in a limited sample size. He's never been the guy. He's been a complimentary player. He's been a good one. Mm-hmm. But how great can he be? Like, he's just such a wild card for me. And that's my biggest reason why I don't get excited about him, because, like, I don't know. It's a small sample size. He's been playing behind one of, the best running back in this class, maybe one of the best running back prospects in a really, really long time. I just don't know.
Hey, Santori, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's only 20.
Yeah.
How much wear and tear can he have?
Yeah, you're right.
It depends on the anaconda, apparently. So he's all aboard the Izzy train. Choo-choo. Mm-hmm. Drew Samples signed a 4-year, $20 million deal. You're welcome, guys.
No, he did not.
Oh, God.
No, he did. I saw it was 1 year, but Big Meyer came in.
Gosh. Came in hot. He came in hot.
He came in hot. He's like,
I'm like, 4 years. As soon as I heard 4 year, I was like, what? I would have been mad about 4 years.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Anyway.
No, I just
right.
like.
Well, Dale, you haven't commented on Roschon.
Yeah, give us your thoughts on him.
I gave the.
Well, you gave like your notes from him, but like, do you like him? Are you excited about him?
I did a whole highlight reel of him. You guys didn't even watch it. I put it on TikTok. I put it on all.
I did. You know I did.
Wow, you didn't even watch it, huh?
No, I totally saw it. It was really well put
It's
together.
the same night I did one of. I only did 2. I thought about doing all the running backs, and I was like, I ain't got
Roshan
time
and
for this
Gibbs.
shit. Yeah, I did one for Gibbs.
I
You
saw
that
Gibbs.
one. Yeah, of course you did.
He blew his load on that one.
It's almost like I know you guys. So
watch it.
I did one for Roshan, and I didn't even know Derek had a love affair for him.
Yeah.
like
Oh, really?
this. And
I had to
then
go
your
shower
love
after I
affair with
watched
Gibbs.
so
That's the only 2 that I did this mashup.
funny.
Wow. Yeah.
Do
It's
you
interesting.
have like
See?
a one guy that you're like, is it Izzy? Like if it's your
What?
one guy? If based
Running back
on
wise?
talent as far as a running back that you'd be like super excited over the
Okay, my dream getting them in that spot. This could change daily, but I think Spears in round 3, Roshan in round 4 would be up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Tajay Spears in round 3 to me would be awesome. I'm also big on Keaton Mitchell, who we haven't talked about yet, as like a second running back.
And Keaton Mitchell so far is the only one that the Bengals have had an official meeting with that we've discussed.
Yeah, Valladay or whatever. I don't have him ranked. The guy they brought in for top
there's
30.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, the 4 guys I have listed that I could find that we've had official meetings with are Keaton Mitchell, Zach Evans, Ole Miss, Xavier Valladay, Arizona State, and then Lou Nichols, small school. Can't remember the name of it.
The combine, we met with Gibbs and Charbonnet. I've seen that on All Bengals, James's site.
Yeah.
James repeating Derek's best friend. Frenemies. Frenemies.
No, you have to get a response to be frenemies. So
that's true.
I can't even get him to. He does.
You're just like a fanboy at this point.
I know. I'm like a groupie now.
Yeah, it is awkward.
It is
a little bit.
Maybe one of these days we'll get him to respond and come on the show.
My next guy is Chase Brown from Illinois.
I thought we were going to Keaton.
That's where I started my Sidney Brown love.
I know. Chase Brown, 9.62 RAS score. My biggest concern, honestly, with him, I could give you my scouting one. Willing pass protector, productive, good speed, explosive. Limited route runner, small overall frame. You worry about his inside running ability. But my biggest concern with him is honestly the wear and tear. And they've ran his wheels off at Illinois the past couple years.
And he just turned 23.
Yeah. So, like, that's a concern. The tread on those tires, baby, are a concern.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You may need new tires.
Yep.
What are you guys' thoughts on Chase Brown? But productive, good athlete, like so many willing pass, so many things to like that we need.
Rode hard and put up wet. Anybody ever heard that before? No.
But sometimes, right, like with the Bengals, maybe we need a guy that can come in and give us 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Where do you draft a guy like that?
I was just gonna say 4th or 5th round. I mean,
I would agree.
That it's like I'd be fine with him, but 4th or 5th round, and the tread in the tires, the age, but I mean, he checks a lot of boxes. Pass blocking, he can catch the ball. I mean, he's got some speed, and what is he, like 5'10", 200, something like that? I mean, that's really good size. Like, I'd be very happy with him. It's just a matter of like, is he going to be? Are we going to get elite production for 4 or 5 years? Is he? Are we going to talk about him like, oh, we got to keep him for a second contract? Like, I don't see it happening. Not at that age and that tread.
I don't even want to talk about second contract.
I think when it comes to running backs, unless the price changes, second contracts are like a thing of the past.
Which kind of takes out the age of the player for us.
That's true.
That's
when
fair.
we get excited about Izzy being
fair.
20, like it's like, well, we're probably not going to sign him for a second. If he lives up to what we hope he is, probably not going to sign him back anyways. So
that's fair, but I see the production start to dip off at 26, and so if you're getting a guy at 23, it's like,
all right, give me a guy who's younger, 3 years younger than P. Ryan or whatever, that can do similar things with maybe a little more explosiveness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I don't know. There's different ways to look at it. But I got Kendre Miller, TCU, next on the list.
The horny frog.
6 foot,
He's
220,
super
turns 21 in June. Very young. Good size, willing pass blocker, good vision. Lacks like elite athleticism. Hasn't shown much yet as a pass catcher.
He had 1188 yards rushing. I don't see.
Damn good season last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6.2 YPC, 17 touchdowns, 1 fumble, 16 catches for 116 yards. So it looked like he was pretty limited as a pass catcher.
Right.
But yeah, he's got wheels. Oh, and all that was in 13 games. So yeah, I mean he's got wheels. I really like him. Was this the guy the Bengals met with? No, it was Mitchell. Yeah, I don't have a lot to add as far as what you reported.
Put
I think
Trey Miller into the fourth. He's right in that conversation. Chase, this is the range where I like guys like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's so many guys like this. I'm like, yeah, I'd be happy with him, and he's super young.
If you're saying I
got
gotta take Roschon in the third, I'll take.
Yeah, I'm taking Roschon in the fourth, but yeah,
I would take.
Yeah,
I would take Miller.
Roschon in the fourth is right in this. He's at the head of the list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, especially if I have him ranked, but if it's like, okay, I can then get Chase Brown or Kendre Miller or Sean Tucker or Dwayne McBride or some of these guys that have coming up, you know.
See, I prefer Kendre Miller over Roschon. Like, let's say they're both there. I'd rather have Kendre Miller just because I can see that this guy.
Because you hate Derrick.
And I hate Derrick. And I think he's an asshole. No. But no, Kendre Miller, I feel like, all right, I got a larger sample size to say, like, all right, he had a super productive year. He was the guy. He was leaned on, and he's super young.
Just for that, guys, I'm just going to pop this up on here real quick.
While
we're talking, let's go ahead and
why do you guys hate me so much?
What are you doing?
Drew sample
let's just keep talking.
Let sample cook. You think I can focus when I'm seeing this playmaking?
Look at him!
Oh my
Look
god!
At him!
He
now,
gets
granted, this was pre new uniforms, but you know we won't go into that conversation at all.
Man, he's unstoppable on this highlight tape.
God,
look at
him! He looks like a baby hippo out there.
All right. I
won't torture.
Now you're gonna make Dale edit that out.
I won't torture you guys anymore.
I was kind of enjoying it. Like that's his best moments. Good for him. He's got a highlight reel. You know how good you have to be in life to play in the NFL, number one, and then number two to get a highlight reel. Come on,
you're right.
He's living his best life.
Absolutely.
He could have lived it in Arizona, but we got it back in Cincinnati. All right. So we're happy about it.
Oh, man. He could have been better off in Arizona, Dale says.
I mean, you know.
It is nicer weather. Well, I don't know. It gets pretty hot over there.
There's a lot more running backs we could talk about. I know we're already hour 20. I've seen some people been asking about.
I'll ask how much
Davian
you care.
Holiday.
Yeah, you can talk about him, but I want to get through this list and then bring that back up if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I'll just ask who stands out of this next group of my couple rounds here I got.
All right.
John Tucker, Eric Gray, Dwayne McBride, Deuce Vaughn, Evan Hall, Keaton Mitchell, Zach Evans, Kenny McIntosh.
Deuce, in my opinion. Just the name is all.
The name?
Yeah, the name is all I've got for that guy.
But he's 5'5", man. He's little he's a little hell. He only ran like a 4.5, but I think it's because he's like muscled up, man. He's not quite the muscle hamster because he's 5'5". He's even.
I like Sean Tucker out of those. Really well rounded. I mean, I'm pulling up his stats. He had 1,000 yards rushing, 5.2 YPC, 11 touchdowns, 37 catches, 262. Holby 22 in October, 5'9", 207. I think he always seems to be like, I haven't watched a ton of tape on him, but he always seems to be like there's like a ton of traffic around him and he just like squirts out a bit and just like sneaks out and finds a hole. So I think it works really good in space.
That sounded very sexual.
I know. He just seems to just squirt out. Just
Speaking of
Well,
which,
it's what you're doing with your hands too. Like
it is Friday night, so I'm hopefully my wife's a few beers in. But
Did you buy her Miller Lite?
no, Keystone, baby.
Jesus, dude, this guy.
Listen, I got to pay for a transmission. All right.
She was begging me last weekend to get her some Miller Lite.
oh, that's not where I thought that
Hey,
was
I
going.
took care of business last weekend. All right.
You're like, yeah, Keystone does you just fine.
Yeah. Keystone
but
might
yeah.
get her there quicker.
I want to mention two of the names I mentioned there that haven't had great processes. They got a little bit, especially for Eric Gray from Oklahoma. But the top two receiving guys, according to PFF, because when we did this before, was Eric Gray and Kenny McIntosh. McIntosh from Georgia. McIntosh had an awful process. I think Eric Gray is by far and away like ahead of him in general, especially now through this process. But both of them are really good pass catchers. So if you're looking for like, oh, this guy, you know, the way the Bengals run their offense to me, they could be, you know, late round. I know, but if we're taking, it's almost taking age out again. Like I said,
He's gonna be 24 in November, early November.
How many career touches did they have in college football though? That's another thing. If you're taking age out, you want to see how many.
Gray had a lot. Gray had a lot.
He had 212 last season, 78 the year before, 156. I'm just talking about rushing, and 101 before. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of carries.
Well, receiving too, like they throw him the ball a lot, so the touches is
so
both of those.
He's out on every single route.
And then McIntosh he's too slow. Like I don't know what's going on with him. Senior Bowl he didn't look good, and then the combine he didn't run good. Like everything just. But you put him on the fit like he's. I don't know.
Crib Keeper, I know you want to see Mrs. Arrow. Next time she walks in here, I'll tell her you want to see her. So I'll tell her you miss her, Crib.
But yeah,
Crib, that's what got her fired up last weekend. You were flirting with her.
I know. Derek's like, yeah, that'll help me out.
She's
got
like,
her all fired
I'm
up.
still purty.
Yeah, and then Derek, went in there and he plowed the fields or whatever the saying is for the farmers out there.
And look at it sales why I closed the deal.
I sowed my seeds or whatever, right?
Can't sow no more seeds over here.
I know. But that is a saying, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I hoed the garden.
Plowed the field.
Yeah, I said that one first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we could come up with any more.
Real quick on Xavier Valade from Arizona State. That's the guy that the Bengals had a top 30 visit with. He was a fifth-year senior out of Arizona State. He had good production, 1192 yards on 215 carries, 5.5 YPC, 16 touchdowns, 37 catches, 289. He's like 6 foot, 190. No, he's close to 200. So, I don't know I don't have on here how old he is, but if he's a fifth-year senior, he's probably in the 23 range. So, yeah, that's just one of those.
No, he's like 25.
Is he?
29.
He's turning like 25.
He's 43.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not.
What?
He's a much older prospect, yeah.
Oh, and that's why he's like so late.
Yeah, even though he had all that production at Arizona State, like he's a much older prospect.
A man playing against boys.
Yeah. 73 years ago, I played.
But here's the thing. Once again, and they bring in guys like that who they're like, oh, maybe we can get him as undrafted.
Look, you just showed up.
Yeah, I seen him look up. Oh, Crip, you're in luck.
Oh.
Crip Keeper is the happiest man alive right now, and now her school books are falling at me. Oh, nope, she went in there to go check in the mirror.
You just teased him.
Oh,
she's getting all ready.
She's looking good for you, Crip.
Yep. She's like, oh no, she's making sure she ain't got popcorn in her teeth. I see what she's doing.
She was eating, but how did you know she was eating popcorn?
Because I'm the one that made it.
Oh,
Man.
I thought she just got home or something.
Tell him
No.
I worked all day. So
Yeah,
sorry.
she did work all day.
Sorry, I worked all day.
Here, I'll let y'all talk to her.
And
The
by
star of the show,
The star of the show.
Miss
Hello.
Sarah.
Hi.
Davis.
Oh,
There's
baby.
like
How are you,
this is the move last week.
I know. Look at that
Hi.
steak grin on
Hey.
his face.
Stop.
Crip's been wanting to see you.
I don't
Yeah.
like your headphones. They make my hair look crazy.
Hi, boo.
Hi. What's up?
Catering to her fans. How are you?
What does Davis think about all this tonight, Derek? And like, he's really been wanting to see you.
Yeah.
Hi.
You ask her what she thinks about all this. Like, she
Who would
watches
you
the show.
draft as a running back for the Bengals?
Someone good.
All right, this is the analysis.
I mean, that is
That
stupid.
is Gibbs.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Stop it, Derek. You're cheating.
What? I didn't say nothing.
Listen, I have no idea. I have not paid
What?
any attention. I'm so sad for those that we've lost. So I'm still like trying to recover. Okay?
Well, Drew
Yeah.
Sample's back, so you can celebrate
Yeah.
that return. Drew Sample, my favorite player.
Yay.
Yay.
Our problems are solved.
You fixed us.
Hey, I asked Derek, stop saying names of running backs you like.
I
We're
can't
not-
hear him. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
So,
ignore him.
no Miller Lite again. He said, no, I got laid last weekend with Keystone.
Yeah, because it's like super cheap, and you like drink 15 of them when you drink them.
Listen, I gotta rebuild a transmission. All right.
But aren't you worth Miller Lite?
I am so
Yeah,
worth Miller
you're
Lite.
worth the brand name.
Come on,
Listen.
Derek.
Nah, she's worth.
Wait.
She's worth.
What's that?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
worth Michelob Ultra.
What's the expensive stuff?
She's an Ultra Michelob
Bud Light
Ultra
Platinum.
right here.
I'm worth something expensive.
$22 a case.
But
There
you
you
know,
Yeah.
here we
Don't
are.
ever
go.
settle to be a Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I used to drink that back in the day. So
I think we all did.
no shame
never-
in
What,
that
Natty Light?
game. No, Boone's
I drink
Farm.
Natty.
Oh, I thought he was talking Natty Light.
No.
You can get
shame in the
for
Boone's
like
Farm
$1
game.
or two, man.
Hey, listen,
Yes,
listen.
Ty. I feel
Shawnee
you.
State University
You're right.
days, Natty Light
Okay, well,
is what we
listen,
drink.
I'm
$15 for a 30 rack.
Okay, well, I'm in college, so I think that's why he thinks he can get away with this. Because I'm
Yeah.
still going
I'm
to
dating
school
a college girl, y'all.
Are you?
forever.
My.
I'm getting ready to start my MBA, so
Good for you.
I'm excited.
But
But I'm finishing
for
up my
you, Sarah.
bachelor's in business management, and I graduate on the 29th, and I cannot wait.
that's awesome.
Neither can Derek.
Yay!
He
Congrats.
I can't
is
wait.
so ready to be a stay-at-home dad.
He is going to be a stay-at-home dad by the time we're done with this because
There
I
might-
had better
I'm gonna
be on
making
this
the
podcast
bank.
Every day.
Hey, we're gonna have a celebration when that happens for Derek. Like,
Yes.
"Rah, it's fucking confetti, everything.
Oh yeah.
I
man.
would love that. Like, I would love to go to work every day and him stay at home with the kids and like do his thing.
And do
Sounds
podcasts.
It'd be great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
That's the
I'm
dream.
all in.
Why doesn't my
sounds
wife
like a
let
good
me
dream
I'm
to
all in.
all of us.
Raise
stay at home,
chickens.
Dad?
Raise chickens.
Yeah, why can't my wife fucking stop getting fired every 2 months?
Oh,
She's not listening.
I love
Yeah.
her.
Damn.
Which one?
This guy drinks Modelo.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crip just
Oh.
showing his seniority to everybody.
Right?
I don't know
He's
that I've
probably
ever
got a
drank
bachelor's
Modelo.
degree.
He's
already.
got a beachfront house in Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
He drinks Modelo.
Hmm.
He probably drives a Maserati
Probably.
And he's banging your wife.
and spanking my wife. Yeah.
Anyway,
That's what I've had been doing all day.
poor child.
They are.
He's so
Are they still
funny.
watching Batman, or is it over?
No, it's over.
Okay. They were
They're
watching
watching,
Lego Batman.
It's a good flick.
That's a good
That's
movie.
It's really
That's
good.
a good movie for
Book of Dead?
real.
Book of Life.
Book of Life.
I don't know if Cincy James is still on. I was trying to think of guys that people might be interested in that we haven't talked about. Chris Rodriguez.
Going back to running backs, Joe. It's too far gone. Stop it.
Oh fuck. Don't talk about football.
Tuesday-
We're fucked.
Tuesday, I watched the Mario Brothers.
Nice.
How was that?
Well, it was really nice because my daughter never want to do anything, so I got one of them to want to go, just me and
That's
her,
awesome.
and it was just nice. We got popcorn.
Yeah.
She had to
That's
get the icy, so I got a
Well,
drink.
yes.
Yeah,
She had to get the ice.
but it was a good movie, man. I was excited.
awesome.
Like they hit the
Good.
nostalgia with the it was a good movie.
That's great.
Well, I'm glad you had some good father-daughter time.
Yes. For sure.
I'm in the
It's
opposite
important.
stage where my daughter just wants to hang on to either me or my wife
Aw.
non-stop.
I love it.
And
Though.
You know
Well,
what?
the
My
side.
father-daughter time
Listen,
included
that ends.
today.
You're
I
going.
was out
you're
there mowing
gonna
while she was
wish
doing
you
homework,
had it back.
And my daughter decided that she wanted to dump out all of our bottles of water so she could use her squirt gun.
That makes sense to me.
So
I don't know what you're
Sure.
complaining about.
the clingy stage ends, so enjoy it while you
I
can.
know. Everyone says that.
So, I'm telling you, like our son's a couple years older than your daughter, and he's getting to the point where he can just kind of do his own thing. And I don't like it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Ashlyn, the first day,
Yeah.
she was like, "You don't need to walk me up to the babysitter." I'm
So
fine.
are you telling me that Declan has become more independent than Derrick?
Yes,
Because you still don't let him do his own thing.
this is true.
Yeah.
So there is a level of maturity.
Declan's reached that. I'm still grasping. I can't get there.
There's a level of maturity where you can allow them to have more independence.
And Derrick
parenting
hasn't
101.
reached it.
Derrick has not yet achieved that. So we're working with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Daily, we're working with him. We'll get there.
He's made progress. I haven't seen Cam Titty since like a week ago.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, we ain't seen Ken Titty since last week.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
That was a
You guys are
backslide.
amazing.
Who got that picture, by the way? It was fantastic. It was Matt
I
Wallace.
done promised them after the cruise I'm gonna come on here with my shirt off. So
I don't know why.
James, I tried to
calls
talk
the
about Chris
pastor.
Rodriguez. They said, nope, it's too far gone. We're fucked. We're talking about Mario Brothers and kids and can titties.
Okay, fine, Joe. Fine. Just because I do a show daily about actual football at 3:30,
Well,
you guys just have
Wait.
lives.
just working.
what?
I just get off work.
You do? I was actually going to join today, and then, of course, I got pulled into a meeting. I was pissed.
Why does your name tag say Diesel?
'Cause I'm fucking
She
diesel,
just now
baby.
noticed.
I gotta know.
I'm
Earlier,
fucking
my name
diesel.
tag said sample season.
Ugh.
Why?
It's Drew Sample, baby.
Okay. Okay.
No, okay. So Chris Rodriguez.
Chris
Mr.
Rodriguez.
75% completion percentage. Drew Sample.
I got
Only
nothing
100
for
yards less than Hayden Hurst last year.
James is probably just freaking join the show, James. I mean, you would have talked about Chris Rodriguez because you met him. Cincy James, known UK fan. He's a 6.2 YPC, consistently falls forward, good pass blocker.
Here you go,
Not really
James.
utilized as a pass catcher though. Just in case you guys get back to it.
There's the link. Hop
Yeah.
on.
Hop
Anybody
on
else
if
wants
you
to hop
wanna-
on? Tell Sarah how hot she is and how Derrick
I don't know.
should buy her Miller Lite on the
Right?
daily.
How hard is it?
What I want to know about him is why
Okay,
did he
how
only
good it is.
play in 8 games? Is there injury concerns? So I say played in 8 games, 904 yards, 175 yards carry, 5.2 YPC, which is just okay.
All right, I gotta go. I'll be
5 catches for 41 yards. Like he's not a pass catcher. Like
And we lost viewers.
oh,
back.
sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
There he is.
What's up, Centauri?
No, you can't see Daddy's friends. You don't have no
I'm at Kroger.
We can't hear you. Oh, it's just on delay.
No,
Matt Kroger.
He's
You're
at
at
K.
Kroger.
Rogers.
Kenny
What do you have to
Rogers is
say about
dead.
Chris Rodriguez?
He sucks.
He sucks.
He's bad.
Well,
Bad.
there
Bad
you
running
go.
back.
You heard it here first, James. He's just a bad running back.
I'm only
Like,
saying that
he's
because I'm just watching.
Yeah, I know. Like, is he? Like, he
He's
might be
he's
drafted, but he
actually
might be
got fun tape,
undrafted.
in all honesty.
Yeah. I know very little about him.
I think he's drafted late, in all honesty.
Yeah. I'll be like 6th, 7th round.
Yeah, I've got a 4th round grade on him, but
Really?
people are a little low on him. Yeah.
Why do
I
you
think
like
he'd
him?
be an adequate ball player. Honestly, for the reasons James put in the chat, he is a heavier kind of workhorse back. He does fall forward. He tends to be pretty technique sound when he's running through the tackles. He's a little throwback. We don't typically see that kind of a running back in this offense anymore. But I think he's going to be productive with the right team.
Yeah, I mean, the lack of. Has he had like some injury concerns? Because I see like 1 year he only played 9. He played 9 games. Next year he played 13. Next year he played 8. His YPC was just kind of okay this last year at like 5.2, and he doesn't catch the ball.
Need to get a cart. Yeah, I mean, he's not the best pass catcher, which is going to limit him to some offenses. But if he would go to a team like Cleveland, he'd be fine.
Yeah. Do you see him as a good fit
Not
for
to see that.
Cincinnati?
For Cincinnati, no. He's going to be asked to do a lot that he's not necessarily great at, and it's going to derail him.
Yeah.
You guys back on football talk? Aww.
Oh, here she comes.
Ew.
Here. This is the one that wants to actually talk, not me.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hi. I'm back.
Oh, sorry,
I have
James.
heartburn.
missed that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. I feel
Santori's
you.
either eating
Oh.
or shopping for food on the
Oh,
I feel
this
you.
is why he missed some games, Santori.
You're not wrong.
He had a fucking DUI before the
Ooh.
season.
Oh, no.
So
Did you
character
really?
concerns too.
Wait, that surprises me because you
Bengals.
seem
Sign
like
him up.
No, not Santori.
no, Cincy James. Like he does not
No.
seem like.
No,
How
we're
did he
talking about a
like-
running
oh.
back.
I'm talking about UK's
Oh,
running back.
see, here's
Cincy
what happens
James
when
now
you,
has a
come
DUI
into a
too.
conversation. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Cincy
Cincy
James had a
James,
DUI
he seems
before.
like such a solid
Yeah, he
person.
got
I'm
suspended.
For
like,
the podcast listeners, Cincy James does not have a DUI. We were talking about Chris Rodriguez, the running back from Kentucky.
He was suspended.
well, you know, that's what happens when you let me on here. Sorry.
Oh,
Do I want
Hi.
I was bringing it up too. That's
go
why I
ahead.
closed
Go
it.
ahead.
By the way, Sarah.
Yeah.
This is Crypt Keeper's true face.
What do you mean?
Right there.
Okay.
There really is what he
She
looks
don't
like.
care. He's gonna buy her Miller Lite.
He has a beach house and he's gonna buy me
Treat
Miller
you like
Lite,
a queen.
right?
That's all she needs, Derek.
Haunted beach house, but
I'm
beach house
simple.
nonetheless.
Beach house.
Derek's fucking shit talking crap through the fucking. This is fucking amazing content.
Oh, and he knows I love
I
him.
mean, I'm a simple girl. I just need Miller Lite and a beach house. That's it.
And a blowjob.
I don't need a blowjob. Why would the hell would I need a blowjob?
You never had a girl blowjob?
No.
What?
You're missing
Have
out.
you?
Yeah, my wife has.
We're getting into the after.
Oh, I see what you're.
Yep.
I see where you're going with this. After dark.
He was a college kid who made one mistake, zero issues.
Another running back we've seen
Stop
before.
doing what I do.
Sorry.
I know. We're just that in sync, Sarah.
Who?
Thing about mixed
Me and Joe.
we are.
I know. I
Are you
think
at the grocery store?
He's at Kroger, yeah.
I think James
Yes.
might be Chris Rodriguez's biological father.
He's got to get that quinoa.
He's a good kid. He made
He's got to
one
get that Buck
mistake.
Joy.
Oh, sorry.
We can't win. We can't win.
Yes.
I'll stop.
Chuck Gross.
All right, you're about to enter.
I'm
in
sorry.
the
I'm laughing really
the Sarah
hard.
Lee
I
snort
apologize.
report territory.
No, we can all tell Derek has her right where he wants her right now. He's like, she is
Damn right I do.
just drunk enough to actually have sex with me.
I'm gonna put my Clark Kent glasses on.
God
Do you
help
make
me.
him keep the glasses on or take them off?
On?
Oh,
What?
didn't even hesitate.
She likes
He's
Clark
like,
Kent more than
whatever hides
He
his
looks
face
smart.
the most. Looks being the key word.
Ah, you said it. I did.
I didn't say anything.
Look,
Can you hear them?
Sort of.
Okay.
Ugh.
This is great.
What's the position for tonight?
I didn't hear that.
Okay, I didn't either.
Position.
Sexual.
Position, running back, tight end,
Doggy style.
offensive line.
Missionary. Reverse cowgirl.
Cincinnati
He'd be
bow
lucky
tie.
to get anything he gets, so we'll just leave it at that.
Marissa did some reverse cowgirl the other night, and it like hit different. She like pulled her leg up this way, and I
Man,
was like,
I haven't had
okay.
that in a
and
while.
Santori's like, I'm at Kroger. Everybody hears everything that's being said right now.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Kroger
I've got a
people.
clue.
I'm so sorry for those of you who are shopping at 9:42 at night. Like, I apologize.
Oh, that's the night shift crowd. We're good.
Do they
We-
not
we're good.
sell pork belly in Kroger?
I love tattoos.
What about
Yeah.
pork belly?
Yeah.
Santori
That
lives
part
for
of my
pork
room,
belly. Where's the
Love
pork
tattoos.
belly at Kroger's?
I cannot find
We're
the
about to get
belly.
matching tattoos.
Where's the pork belly at Kroger? In the pork
I
section?
can't find it.
With the meat.
That's not
Meat.
happening.
Denied.
You're
In the
right.
meat section?
Well, stranger, I think what I said was the starting position, not the only position. Trust me, there was.
Listen, my RAS score when it comes to that
there's
is
Marissa.
like
She
a
can attest.
7.5.
How many
What?
positions last night? Like there was a lot, wasn't there?
Oh, Dale, you. Never mind.
Sarah's on here. I
Hi,
know Sarah's on this. too.
Marissa.
Sure,
Where's my
everybody.
best friend?
Are the women taking over?
She
Where's
might like you
my
and your
best
lessons. She liked Derek and.
We're an hour and 42 minutes in.
It's fine.
There she is.
That's right.
Hi!
How do we feel
Hi,
about
Marius.
What you doing?
Oh, she's got her lighter. I know exactly what she's doing.
Everyone knows what she.
It's all right.
I need a refill on a smoke, so I'll come back if you guys are still going. Otherwise, love you guys.
Love you.
Love you, brother.
Love you.
I can't wait till the season starts, y'all.
Twitter?
Can I just be real? Like, I am so ready for
My
September.
pants off the Kroger.
Your pants are falling off in Kroger?
Oh, no.
Is that what
I
it
heard
said?
that.
I've lost about 40 pounds. All ass.
Congratulations. That's exciting. That's amazing.
Yeah, now I gotta
But
spend
it could
$100
also
on
turn out badly when your pants
working.
fall and you happen to be in the children's section still looking for meat. Where's the meat with your pants down and you're actually in the toy aisle?
Oh, no.
That could go bad.
My whole ass fell
Yeah.
out at work last.
Oh. That's so sad. You need some smaller pants or a belt. Belt would work. He got all freezy.
Yep. All right.
Kroger
This
must
has
be
been
in a
an
good
episode
spot.
of Bengals and Brews. We're about to chit chat in the background. So why don't we end this bad boy, Dale?
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on. You're trying to cheat on me.
What?
Oh no, I see it.
I'm gonna call him out. He trying to cheat on me.
I'm not even gonna play.
Mhm.
Oh, Crip. Yeah, he said hi to you.
Who?
Crip.
Hey, Grip.
Do you not live at the beach?
Fuck.
Hey, do you know?
Fuck! Oh my God! It's over, Derek. It's
Okay,
over.
wait. Marissa and I are going to the beach. We'll be back.
Where? Cherry Grove? Sure.
No,
Carolina.
I think he's in like Myrtle Beach area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach. Why are you backing your ass up? No! All right, we're ending this. Good show. Appreciate y'all in the chat. It's fucked up.